Welcome to your first look, brought to you by 60 Helmets. It's Redbud. Awesome season so far for Lucas Oil Pro Motocross. Hope it keeps up. Jason Wygant, Kellen Brower here. And behind us, we're going to have racing on a Friday. The Scouting Moto Combine is back and stacked, like crazy stacked.
Yeah, definitely the most stacked one that we had so far. And I feel like this is the first really true test of A versus B as well. We've seen some of the B guys come out of the woodwork a little bit this year to race this thing. This is going to be a lot of fun to see how this kind of shakes down. I really don't know where it's going to go.
Look, we know what you all tuned in for. Yes, Hayden Deegan is in this race. I'm just going to say it. But Chance Hymas, who won the Supercross Futures, who almost won A-Class titles at Loretta's last year, is also in it. So that's what we're trying to figure out. Deegan's not an A-rider yet. They're not supposed to be at the same level. If Deegan gets beat, don't go nuts. But it's a nice test to get this kind of mix that you don't get at most races.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's more or less kind of the goal we wanted to see with these combines too, is see how everybody stacked up before we got to Loretta's or a bigger race that these guys all race against each other. And, you know, a lot of these guys, some of them, they don't race each other like this every weekend anyway, right? So they maybe race one of the other guys or two other guys, but not 10 guys on the same gate. So this is really, really cool because it's like kind of a mini national within the national.
But they're trying to downplay that because the whole point is not supposed to be the result, but the learning process where they have coaches like Chad Reed, Jeff Stanton, Brock Glover. We kind of pack their day full to make it feel like a pro day to learn. Whatever, dude. When this gate drops, they're all going to want to win. We'll have some coverage of that later because they haven't raced yet. Let's talk first 250 class. This is going to be interesting. The Lawrence brothers have been dominating. The Lawrence brothers put in an unbelievable show at High Point. I don't know who else is in the convo. Maybe Moseman. Maybe RJ Hampshire has won here before. Justin Cooper would like to be, but we're celebrating the Lawrences this year.
We are, and it seems like you said, there's a mix of other guys that have the speed, but it doesn't seem to last either, not only just over a moto, but like the entire distance of a moto. For Moseman, you know, the crashes have come through. Shimoda hasn't gotten the starts. Like you're seeing a myriad of like little mistakes that have caused problems for these guys, whereas the Lawrence brothers, they're starting up front. They're battling each other now, which is kind of getting more exciting for the championship's sake, but they are gone already. They are like 37 points ahead. It's going to be tough to catch them at this point already.
And we had someone we chatted to in the 250 class. Did you cruise around earlier, or are we all 450 guys?
No, we chatted to somebody. There's a fresh face on the gate here this weekend. Ryder Difrancesco making his professional debut. He was doing this combine last year. Now he is out on the pro gates this weekend, and it's going to be fun to kind of see how he shakes up too, because like you said, did Supercross Futures with Hymas, so we kind of got a taste of what he's capable of indoors, but now he's really going to get the real test outdoors here.
Okay, 5:23 now. Yeah. Ryder Difrancesco.
All right, Ryder Difrancesco, welcome to Pro Motocross. Just tell me kind of your first thoughts, you know, coming in here Friday before the race gets started this weekend.
Yeah, I really don't know what to expect. Just seeing the track, I've never been here before, and watching videos like the past couple weeks on, I'm just trying to study the track, and it's a much different being here in real life. So I'm not nervous yet, I'm more excited, but when I wake up tomorrow and can't eat, that's when it's all going to set in.
What was the process of coming to the decision to do these 2 rounds like you're doing? You know, when did they tell you? When was the process beginning to start kind of training to build up to 30s and so on and so forth?
Yeah, I did the Salt Lake race, Supercross. And then after that, like, my goal was to do Redbud. Even if I did it or not, it was kind of just the goal to work up to. And I did those 30s and was just riding with the boys. And then one day I felt really good. I went to Mitch's office and I was like, what do you think on me racing Redbud or just doing at least one before the Loretta's just to get my feet wet? And I think to have more experience going to the Loretta's to help you do better. And then the last 4, I'll have experience. So it all worked out. We set a schedule up and we're here.
Okay, so we'll see how Ryder D does with the other amateurs that he's left behind us, but he'll be back for Loretta's to race some of them like Hymas. That'll be interesting. Let's talk 450 class here in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, but first I want to give a shout out to 60 Helmets, who is our sponsor. 60 Helmets is dedicated to the relentless pursuit of better brain protection. 60's patented Omni-Directional Suspension technology provides protection capabilities unmatched by any other helmet design. Established in 2011, 60 is the technology leader in both helmet designs for motorcycles and bicycles. So in our 450 class, Eli Tomac, this is interesting, has gone 4-3-2-1, which apparently has never happened in the series. We have 4 winners in the first 4 rounds. It looks wide open, it looks crazy, but here's what I'm going to focus in on. Local product, Chase Sexton. He has been first or second in all but one moto this year, and the one moto he wasn't was 4th. Are we already seeing the Sexton thing that we needed? and just not realizing it yet. First or second in every moto is darn consistent.
It is. It really is. And like you're saying, local product. This is more or less a home race for him. He's comfortable at this track. He's won motos here before. He knows how to get it done on this racetrack. So I think that this round it's almost kind of like when we say in Supercross, the series doesn't start till Daytona. This is kind of where the series is starting here. We have 4 different winners. I think whoever can win this round kind of asserts themselves as like the guy moving forward, right? The guy with the momentum. Even if it is Tomac and he's not in the championship lead after this one, I think, getting the momentum rolling, getting the ball rolling, it's going to be huge to see who gets out front and who can win here this weekend, I think.
Yeah, because what's interesting is we saw Jason Anderson get it rolling. We've seen Tomac get it rolling. We've seen Ken Roxon have good days, but no one has been able to get way ahead of the field. It's like their best is all about equal. It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And hopefully that racing continues, but we all know at some point it is going to distance at least a little bit. Even if we keep a couple guys close at the top of the championship standings, it's not going to be the same 4 guys that we have right now all season long. So, yeah, maybe Chase does it this weekend at a home track. Maybe Eli, he's felt good here before. Maybe Jason, he's not looked too good the last couple rounds, but, again, he's looked pretty good so far this season anyway, so it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll throw a couple of fresh names in that mix as well. Max Anstie and the Firepower Honda team doesn't normally race outdoors. They're going to do it. Anstie's capable, especially in motocross. And we didn't really congratulate Marshal Weltin enough on going from full van privateer to now racing for Twisted Tea HEP Suzuki. So let's catch up to those 450 boys.
All right, Marshal Weltin. So home race, as we were just talking about, is it like a little bit more like exciting to come back to your home state and race here, or is it like more pressure, I guess, in that regard?
Yeah, it's actually like pretty relieving. I got my whole family here. My brother's here, like keeping it super mellow in the B lot and holding it down for the rest of the family.
So, growing up, were you B lot too? Were you hanging out and camping there, or no, just coming for the race?
I mean, I was never really old enough. I didn't have a fake. You need an ID to get into B lot, so I definitely had a lot of fun here for the Nationals, though. And I raced it once, I think, in 2016 on a 250, but this is like my first real effort at Redbud.
Oh, wow, wow. Right, proper go. I mean, you've been crushing it so far. Obviously, like kind of the fill-in ride, but now it's kind of turned into like the full season ride. What has your expectations maybe changed since you've got the ride, you've done well, now you're like itching on the top 10 a little bit? Has your expectations moved that direction now?
I feel like for sure scratching at it, but I mean, still no expectations really. I haven't had any expectations all year. Just try and ride and progress as much as I can throughout the season and lead myself into something next year. That's really my goal, is to take this year and just kind of build a foundation and learn the bike and learn the team and everything. And I feel like we're in a good place. We've been grinding in California, doing what we can, and it's just feels like home coming back east, though. I'm still not adjusted to that Cali lifestyle.
Max Anstie, welcome back to the races. First off, tell me about joining up with the Firepower Honda team. What do you think of the program so far and the bike and everything?
No, cheers. It's nice to be back. It was nice to roll in and get my credential. I've missed it. It's one of those things where when this deal came together with Yuriv and Martin, primarily they're a Supercross only team, but it was something for me that I just didn't want to go the whole rest of the year without racing. And I done half the Supercross season, and then things went a little pear-shaped and went sideways, and it's like, well, I don't want to just sit around and wait till the next championship starts. So no, we put something together, and I've done about a month now on the bike. Been training up at MTF. Honestly, was pleasantly surprised when I went up there the first time and met the team, met the guys, met how the whole thing works. It pleasantly surprised me. I was like, geez, this is actually a solid setup. So, I had a few weeks on the bike, and we thought, let's come racing. Let's go and see how we get on here at Redbud. We're going to do Redbud, Southwick, Millville, and yeah, that's the plan for now. And then hopefully come back and do the Nations, and then roll on into a whole new plan, a whole new thing. I'm riding the 450 here, and and that's what I've been racing outdoors on since 2016. I think 2016 Motocross Nations at Majora was my last 250 race. But after these three nationals, the plan changes and the focus shifts to riding the 250 for getting ready for Supercross, and that's what I'm going to be working with these guys going into next season.
So let's wrap up our pre-race show here, brought to you by 6D. One other thing to mention, when you come to Redbud, they always talk about how hot it is here, but it's beautiful today, and I think it's going to be the case tomorrow, and I swear, it's my theory, I know rougher, tougher is better. We get better racing when the temperatures are cooler, so I think we're in for it.
We do, and it kind of looks like it might rain here shortly, so if we get a little bit of moisture in the track today too, that could also play into how the track develops tomorrow. So yeah, cooler temperatures, maybe some moisture in the track, we might have a really, really good Redbud race here tomorrow.
That's what we want to see, and you know it's going to be a big crowd. We got the 4th of July weekend. You know all the stories of Redbud and how much fun everybody has here and how crazy that podium over there is going to be tomorrow. So check out all our coverage of that. Thanks to 6D, Kellen Brower, Jason Wygant. See you tomorrow.